Namaste, welcome back. This video session relates to cash flow analysis part 2. This is Rajesh S. Rajigatta, Assistant Professor in Commerce, Government First Grade College, Doddaballapur. So in the previous part 1, we understood a little bit about cash flow statement, accounting standard 3, types of cash flows, and we have gone through the format of cash flow statement as per indirect method and worked out some simple problems on determination of cash flows from operating activities, investing activities and financing activities. In this video, we are going to learn about the preparation of cash flow statement. Worked problem number 7 up to problem number 6, we have covered it in part 1. Therefore, the number is continuing in this session. The problem says the financial position of XYZ Limited as on 1/4/2019 and 31/3/2020 was as follows. Balance sheet on both the days is given. Liabilities, share capital rupees 4 lakhs and rupees 4 lakhs. Loan from A Limited nil and rupees 80,000. Loan from bank rupees 60,000 and rupees 50,000. Profit and loss account rupees 96,000 and rupees 1,08,000. Current liabilities rupees 72,000 and rupees 92,000 on liability side. So coming to asset side, machinery rupees 2,14,000 and rupees 2,44,000. From this, provision for depreciation has been deducted rupees 54,000 and rupees 72,000 as negative figures. Buildings rupees 2 lakhs, rupees 2,50,000. Land rupees 1,40,000 and rupees 1,80,000. Stock rupees 50,000, rupees 44,000. Debtors rupees 70,000, rupees 76,800. Cash rupees 8,000, rupees 7,200. Total of the balance sheet is 6,28,000 and 7,30,000 respectively on opening date and closing date. Additional information says during the year rupees 52,000 were paid as dividends. Only one adjustment is given in this problem as it is the first problem. So we are considering only one adjustment. So from this information we are asked to prepare cash flow statement as per accounting standard 3 indirect method. Okay, before going to solve or prepare the cash flow statement, let us analyze the problem. Share capital 4 lakhs and 4 lakhs. There is no flow of funds or cash here. So both balances remain the same. Loan from A Limited is given as nil and 80,000. That means during the year rupees 80,000 worth of loan has been taken from A Limited. That is A Limited is outside company. Then loan from bank is showing decreasing trend, that is 60,000 and 50,000. 10,000 has been assumed as paid during the year through cash. Profit and loss account 96,000 and 1,08,000 is given. So it is showing increasing trend and it will be considered in cash flow from operating activities. Similarly, current liabilities are showing increasing trend 72,000 and 92,000. Increase in current liabilities increases cash flow. So it amounts to inflow of cash that will be considered while calculating cash flows from operating activities. Coming on to asset side, machinery is given as 2,14,000 and 2,44,000. It is also showing increasing trend, but depreciation provision is also shown here in the negative values like 54,000 and 72,000. In such a case, machinery, for example, or any other asset is given at cost. If provision for depreciation is also given along with the values of assets, the value of asset is to be at cost. So we should consider while preparing ledger account of that asset, we should consider cost values. So provision for depreciation may be given like this, less from the asset itself, or it may be given on liability side instead. If this provision for depreciation is given in adjustment, then we have to add back that depreciation to the value given in the balance sheet and then proceed to prepare ledger account. That will be discussed later. Let us focus on this problem. Buildings, rupees 2 lakh and 2,50,000 is given, but in the information there is no mention about what is the nature of that increase. Therefore, 50,000 has to be assumed that purchases of building during the year. Land is also increasing, 1,40,000 and 1,80,000. That also should be taken as purchase of land during the year. Stock, it is decreasing from 50,000 to 44,000. Decrease in current assets increases cash. So it should be added while computing cash flow from operating activities. Debtors balance is increasing 70,000 to 76,800. Increase in current assets decreases cash. Therefore, this item has to be deducted while computing cash flow from operating activities. So cash, we are preparing a cash flow statement to know what is the reasons for difference in cash position. Therefore, it will be taken directly in a cash flow statement. You should not consider it in while determining cash flow from operating activities. We have to find the reasons for decrease in cash from 8,000 to 7,200. Okay. Then during the year 52,000 were paid as dividends is given. So this adjustment has to be considered as we have to add back this to profit and profits, if any, and we should consider it as financing activity while calculating fund cash flow from financing activity. Okay. So write down the problem if you are willing, then solve the problem. Okay. Let us present the cash flow statement for the above problem. XYZ Limited cash flow statement for the year ending 31st/3/2020. First, consider, as we know that there are three types of cash flows: operating cash flows, investing cash flows, and financing cash flows. First, consider cash flows from operating activities. For this, as usual, take profit for the year. In this problem, profit and loss account opening balance and closing balances are given. Therefore, compare them. Profit and loss account on 31st/3/2020 is given as 1,08,000 and opening balance is given as 96,000. So there is increase in profit. Therefore, it should be treated as net profit for the year, or we can write profit for the year. That is rupees 12,000. Then adjustment for non-cash expenses have to be made. If non-cash expenses have been debited to profit and loss account, they have to be returned back, that is added back to find out cash flow from operating activities. So depreciation, 54,000 and 72,000 is given in the problem. You can also prepare an account for this, but as there are no adjustments relating to depreciation or fixed assets, we are directly taking the difference as depreciation provided during the year. 72,000 minus 54,000 leads to 18,000. It has to be added back as non-cash expense. Next is dividend paid. Rupees 52,000 has to be added back because it comes under financing activity, not under operating activity. Okay. Then the total gives operating profit before working capital changes. Then we have to adjust the changes in current assets and current liabilities. First, adding items. Add decrease in stock. Stock has been decreased by rupees 6,000. So that has to be added. Then increase in current liabilities, 20,000 has to be added. Next, less items, increase in debtors rupees 6,800. So it leads to net cash flow from operating activities as 1,01,200. Pause this and write down. We are moving to next steps. Continuing this, there is no space to solve a full problem here, therefore it has been taken to next slide. So you can write down the next slide information under net cash flow from operating activities itself to have full cash flow statement. So cash flow from investing activities, purchase of machinery account is showing an increase of rupees 30,000. So from 2,14,000 to 2,44,000. It has been assumed that 30,000 worth of machinery has been purchased during the year by cash. So no ledger accounts are prepared for assets here because there are no adjustments affecting the assets. Therefore, directly we are taking the difference as purchase or sale. Next one is purchase of buildings. Again, buildings amount is increasing by rupees 50,000. That 50,000 is treated as outflow of cash for purchase of building. Same thing applies to land also. 1,40,000 to 1,80,000. Difference is rupees 40,000 outflow of cash on purchase of land. So totaling up these three outflows, we get net cash flow from investing activities as 1,20,000 minus figure. Next, cash flow from financing activities. Consider all the financing activities here. Loan from A Limited, rupees 80,000. It results in inflow of cash into the business. When loan taken, cash will be coming in. So 80,000 plus figure. Then repayment of bank loan. Bank loan is decreasing by rupees 10,000. Therefore, it is treated as outflow of cash. So 10,000 has been paid on bank loan. Therefore, negative figure 10,000. Then payment of dividend. It is given in the adjustment rupees 50,000. As it is a payment, it results in outflow. Therefore, negative figure. Adding them up, we get net cash flows from financing activities as plus 18,000. 80,000 minus 10,000 minus 52,000 leads to 18,000. Add all the three items on the outer column. That is cash flows from operating activities, net cash flows from investing activities, and net cash flows from financing activities to get net decrease. So we are getting minus figure, therefore it is written as decrease. If it is plus figure, positive figure, then you can write it as net increase in cash and cash equivalents. So the net effect of all the three activities leads to negative 800 rupees. So then compare it with opening balance of cash and cash equivalents, rupees 8,000. Automatically you will get the cash and cash equivalents at the end of the period, rupees 7,200. This is how a cash flow statement is prepared. It is a very simple problem. It covers all the three activities, and there are no ledger accounts prepared here. Very simple problem. Hope you understood the statement preparation of a statement of cash flow. So pause it if you are taking down. Pause it the video and take down in your notes. Problem number 8. The following are the balance sheets of ABC company as on 31st March 2019 and 31st March 2020. Balance sheets on both the dates are given. On liability side, equity share capital rupees 3 lakhs and rupees 3,50,000. Share premium nil and rupees 30,000. General reserve rupees 45,000 and rupees 65,000. Profit and loss account rupees 30,000 and rupees 80,800. 6% debentures nil and rupees 70,000. Sundry creditors rupees 85,000 and rupees 90,700. Provision for tax rupees 22,500 and rupees 40,500. Proposed dividend rupees 30,000 and rupees 35,000. On the asset side, land and buildings rupees 2,30,000 and rupees 3,90,000. Plant and machinery rupees 85,400 and rupees 1,40,000. Furniture rupees 5,500 and 6,500. Stock rupees 82,400 and rupees 95,700. Sundry debtors rupees 75,000 and rupees 85,500. Bank balance rupees 34,200 and 44,300. Total of the balance sheets 5,12,500 and rupees 7,62,000 respectively on opening date and closing date. Adjustments are given. Additional information: depreciation written off during the year on land and buildings rupees 60,000, on plant and machinery rupees 50,000 and on furniture rupees 1,200. You are required to prepare a cash flow statement as per indirect method. So this is the problem given. Before solving it, analyze the problem first. Equity share capital is increasing. We can take that increase as cash inflow on financing activity. Share premium is rupees 30,000 in the second year, that is on closing date. Therefore, it should also be taken as cash flow from financing activity. General reserve is increasing, but general reserve, increase in general reserve, there is no cash outflow on increase in general reserve. That has to be added back to find out cash flow from operating activity. Profit and loss account, we have to take the difference between the two to find out cash flow from operating activities. 6% debentures, 0 and 70,000 is given. 70,000 worth of debentures have been issued during the year. It amounts to inflow of cash on financing activity. Then sundry creditors is increasing. Increase in current liability results in increase in cash. Provision for taxation is given. We can prepare account for this, or we can treat it as current liability. So in this problem, it has been treated as non-current liability and account has been prepared. Proposed dividend, this one also you can treat it as a current liability, or you can treat it as an appropriation. So in this problem, we are treating it as an appropriation and we are preparing a ledger account on proposed dividend. So you can also treat them, keep in mind, provision for tax and proposed dividend, as no adjustment is given. You can treat them as current liabilities, and as usual, whatever treatment you are giving to other current liabilities, you can give treatment to them and proceed as so. Okay. On assets side, land and buildings are given 2,30,000 and 3,90,000. Depreciation information is also given. Therefore, it is better to prepare a ledger account to find out any hidden item in land and buildings account. Okay. Next, plant and machinery, same thing. Depreciation is given. We have to prepare a ledger account to find out any hidden item. Furniture account is also same. Depreciation amount is given. We have to prepare a ledger account to find out hidden items. Then stock, sundry debtors are current assets. Stock is increasing. Increase in current assets leads to decrease in cash. Therefore, it should be deducted while computing cash flow from operating activities. Sundry debtors is also increasing, so that also to be deducted while computing cash flow from operating activities. So depreciation is given. We will be considering them under ledger accounts of respective assets. So this is the analysis of the problem. let us work out, let us solve this problem. As working note, prepare ledger accounts of required assets. So here land and buildings account is prepared from 1/4/2019 to 31st/3/2020. Record the opening balance on debit side to balance brought down 2,30,000. Only one transaction is there regarding depreciation on land and buildings. Record it by debiting it to profit and loss account. That is profit and loss account at R2, land and buildings account. It will be recorded as by profit and loss account under land and buildings account. So the reason is depreciation, rupees 60,000. There are no other transactions relating to land and buildings account. Therefore, record the closing balance of land and buildings account on credit side. Balance carried down 3,90,000. Balance the account. It comes to on credit side it is 4,50,000. So it is the highest amount. Therefore, transpose it to debit side 4,50,000 and balance it. Balance the account. So we are getting 2,20,000 as the balancing figure. So treat this 2,20,000 on debit side balancing figure as purchases made during the year and credit it to bank account. That is land and buildings account at R2 bank account. So land and buildings account is prepared and found out some hidden item, that is purchases made during the year rupees 2,20,000. It amounts to investment activity and it will be taken under cash flow from investing activities. Next account is plant and machinery account. Same, to balance brought down 85,400 opening balance. Then charge the depreciation rupees 50,000, transfer it to profit and loss account. Then record the closing balance 1,40,000, balance the account 1,90,000, take it on debit side 1,90,000, find out the balance 1,04,600 is the balance. Again, as there are no information about any other thing, we can assume it as purchases made during the year. So record it as to bank account purchases balancing figure. Prepare furniture account as from 1/4/2019 to 31st/3/2020. As it is an asset, the balance will be on opening balance will be on debit side. To balance brought down rupees 5,500. Record the depreciation amount by profit and loss account. Depreciation rupees 1,200. As there are no other transactions relating to furniture account, record the closing balance. By balance carried down rupees 6,500. As credit side balance is more, 7,700 is taken over to debit side. Balance the amount on debit side, it comes to 2,200. Treat this 2,200 balance as purchases of furniture during the year and transfer it to bank account. Credit it to bank account balancing figure purchases. So furniture account at R2 bank account is the transaction, and this item will be recorded as cash flow on investment activity. Next one is provision for tax account. As it is already clarified that the provision for tax account and proposed dividend account can also be treated as current liabilities, and changes in such accounts can be adjusted while determining cash flows from operating activities. But I am taking them as appropriations and preparing accounts here. So provision for tax account is a liability, therefore its opening balance will be on credit side. By balance brought down 22,500. As no information about tax paid or new provision made for tax during the year is given in the problem, we can assume that this 22,500 opening balance had been paid during the year. So to bank account paid rupees 22,500. No other transactions are there, therefore record the closing balance. Closing balance to balance carried down rupees 40,500. Balance the accounts. Balance the account 63,000 is the total highest total on debit side. So transfer it to credit side and balance 40,500 is the balancing figure on credit side. So it is the debit balance. So charge it to profit and loss account stating new provision for tax made during the year as balancing figure by profit and loss account 40,500. That is profit and loss account debtor to provision for tax account. It will be recorded as in provision for tax account. It will be recorded as by profit and loss account 40,500. Similarly, in the same way, prepare proposed dividend account. By balance brought down 30,000. This 30,000 has been assumed as paid during the year. Therefore, to bank account paid 30,000. Record the closing balance of proposed dividend account. To balance carried down 35,000. Balance the account. 65,000 is the total on debit side. Take it on to credit side. Balance the amount on credit side. It will be 35,000. Treat it as this 35,000 balancing figure as new proposal made for dividend out of profit and loss account. Therefore, by profit and loss account, new provision made during the year, balancing figure is the record for such balancing figure. Now move on to prepare cash flow statement. As usual, take cash flow from operating activities as first step. Then compare profit and loss account, opening balances and closing balances, 80,800 and opening balance 30,000. So we can observe that the profits have been increased during the year worth rupees 50,800. Take it as net profit for the year. Then adjust for non-cash expenses which have already been charged to profit and loss account, which do not result in outflow of cash. So items of non-cash expenses have to be added back. First one is depreciation. All the three types of depreciation: depreciation on land and buildings, depreciation on plant and machinery, and depreciation on furniture have been added back. You can also take them as separately. So I am taking them as in total. It amounts to 1,11,200. Next is transfer to general reserve. Transfer to general reserve do not result in cash outflow. It is only a bookish entry. Therefore, transfer to general reserve must have to be added back. It amounts to rupees 20,000. Then provision for tax account has been prepared. In that by profit and loss account rupees 40,500 is there as balancing figure. That amount has to be taken over here as non-cash expense, non-cash adjustment. Then proposed dividend, similar to tax provision for tax transaction, it is also to be added back. So the total of these things comes to 2,57,500. All the positive additions. Therefore, 2,57,500 is the operating profit before working capital changes. Observe, we are doing this adjustments using indirect method. So next is adjust for changes in current assets and current liabilities. So add items, increase in sundry creditor. Sundry creditor is an item of current liability. Increase in current liability results in inflow of cash. Therefore, this item has been added here. 5,700 is the amount. Next is less increase in stock, current asset. Current asset, if there is increase in current asset, it results in outflow of cash. Therefore, it has to be deducted. Therefore, minus figure 13,300. The difference between opening stock and closing stock is increased. So 13,300 is deducted over here. Next is increase in sundry debtors. Sundry debtors is also a part of current asset. Increase in current asset results in outflow of cash. Therefore, the difference increase in debtors rupees 10,500 has been deducted over here. Balancing them up, other items are not there to increase, add and subtract. Therefore, add the items over here. So we get 2,39,400. So 2,57,500 plus 5,700 minus 13,300 minus 10,500 will give you 2,39,400. It should be taken as cash flow from operating activities. As tax paid information is there in the problem, we can take this amount as cash flow from operating activities. Then deduct tax paid. Tax paid amount is available in provision for tax account. Amount is rupees 22,500. Deduct it from 2,39,400 to get rupees 2,16,900 as net cash flow from operating activities. So net cash flow from operating activities amounts to rupees 2,16,900. So because of shortage of space, I am taking the further solution to next slide. You can take down under that solution also under net cash flow from operating activities and continue. Okay. So please pause the video and take down if you are taking down, then proceed. Okay. Continue with cash flow from investing activities. Purchase of land and buildings are there worth rupees 2,20,000. We can find this amount in land and buildings account prepared earlier. Purchase of plant and machinery worth rupees 1,04,600 amounts to investing activity. This item is also there in plant and machinery account prepared earlier. Then purchase of furniture amount of rupees 2,200 is there, recorded as investing activity. This amount is also available in furniture account prepared earlier. So the total amounts to minus 3,26,800. This amount is the net cash flow from investing activities. Now proceed to record financing activities. So in the problem, share capital is increasing. It amounts to rupees 50,000. It should be taken as issue of shares during the year worth rupees 50,000 and recorded as cash inflow. So we can assume that it has been issued for cash. Therefore, cash inflow is there. Then share premium is increasing 0 to 30,000. Therefore, 30,000 is increase in share premium account. It amounts to inflow of cash, therefore recorded under financing activity. Then issue of debentures worth rupees 70,000. Debentures amount opening balance is nil and closing balance is 70,000. Therefore, it is assumed that 70,000 worth of debentures have been issued during the year for cash there and taken under financing activity. Dividend was paid worth rupees 30,000. For this proposed dividend account has been prepared. In that we have recorded 30,000 dividends have been paid during the year. That amount results in outflow of cash under financing activity. Summing up these four items, we get 1,20,000 as net cash flow from financing activities. So all the three items on the outer column have to be added. Net cash flow from operating activities plus net cash flow from investing activities plus net cash flow from financing activities have to be added. So we have to deduct 3,26,800 because it is minus figure. Add means not adding all the things. If minus is there, we have to subtract it. Okay, the amount comes to 10,100 plus figure. So it should be taken as increase in cash and cash equivalents during the year. Net increase in cash and cash equivalents equals to 10,100. Adjust it with opening balance of cash and cash equivalents rupees 34,200. You will get the closing balance of cash and cash equivalents 44,300. So this is the solution for the problem. Hope you understood the solution. If you are taking down this solution in your notes, please pause the video and take down. You have solved two problems. So on preparation of cash flow statement. Now at this juncture, try this problem on yourself. A balance sheet and only one adjustment is given. So try this on your own so that you will get confidence of how to solve, how to prepare a cash flow statement. Okay, you pause this slide and take down and try on your own. Okay, the hints are given. Treat provision for doubtful debts as current liabilities. Provision for doubtful debts is given in the problem. Treat it as current liability. We can also deduct it from book debts. So instead of that, treating it as current liability will make the solution easier. Goodwill written off rupees 5,000 is there. 50,000 to 45,000 goodwill amount. So 5,000 is decreasing. That amount of 5,000 has to be treated as goodwill written off, and it should be added as non-cash item while computing cash from operating activities. Okay, answers are cash flow from operating activity rupees 41,500, cash flow from investing activity rupees 50,000, cash flow from financing activity rupees 2,500. Try this. Problem number 9. I am giving the problem. I am not explaining the problem, but we can analyze it. Before that, you pause the video and take down them in your notebook. Take this problem in your notebook. I am not telling all the figures. Pause the video, take down the notes, take down in your notebook, or if you want to observe it, observe it. Let me analyze the changes. On liability side, share capital is showing 4 lakhs and 5 lakhs. It is increasing, and in additional information, nothing is given about this increase or amount. So we can assume it as issue of share capital during the year worth rupees 1 lakh for cash. General reserve is increasing. That increase of rupees 60,000 is to be treated as non-cash non-cash item and added back to find out cash flow from operating activities. Profit and loss account is increasing. That amount, difference has to be taken as profit for the year while determining cash flow from operating activities. Creditors amount is decreasing, so it should be deducted or treated as outflow while computing cash flow from operating activities. Provision for tax is given 35,000 and 40,000, and other information, additional information says, point B says, provision for taxation made during the year was rupees 49,000. Therefore, it is better to prepare provision for tax ledger account to find out some hidden item. We can also treat it as current liability, and provision for tax made during the year can be again taken into account, but that is not a prudent way to treat provision for tax in these type of cases. Okay, next is bills payable 0 to 50,000. Bills payable is a current liability. It is increasing. Increase in current liability leads to inflow of cash. Therefore, while determining cash flow from operating activities, 50,000 will be added. Next coming on to assets, fixed assets rupees 5 lakhs and 4 lakh 20,000. Adjustment number 3 says, during the year, part of fixed assets having book value rupees 40,000 were sold for 48,000. There are some adjustments, so some hidden items are there. Therefore, we have to prepare fixed assets ledger account to find out the balancing figure. Then investments 50,000 into 60,000. Point A says investment costing 8,000 were sold during the year for rupees 8,500. Again, we have to prepare ledger account for investment account to find out some hidden items. Stock debtors are given. They are current assets. Stock is decreasing. Decrease in stock, decrease in current asset increases cash flow. Therefore, it will be treated as cash inflow while computing operating activities flow. Then debtors is increasing. Increase in current assets decreases cash, so it will be deducted while computing cash flow from operating activities. Next, point number D, dividend paid during the year amounted to rupees 40,000 is given. We have to consider it we have to add back it while computing cash flow from operating activities and take it under financing activity as cash outflow. Okay, let us prepare required ledger accounts and finally the statement of cash flow. Solution. Let us first prepare ledger accounts. First one is investment account. Opening balance, to balance brought down rupees 50,000. It is given in the problem, investments worth rupees 8,000 were sold for rupees 8,500. Therefore, 8,500 is the sale value. Record it as by bank account sale 8,500. There is 5,500 excess amount received. Because 8,000 worth of investments were sold for rupees 8,500, 500 excess is treated as profit. Then that profit has to be transferred to profit and loss account on credit side. Okay, 500 rupees to profit and loss account, 500 rupees profit on sale. Record the balancing closing balance amount. By balance carried down rupees 60,000. Balance the account on credit side, it is 68,500. Take it on to debit side, 68,500, and find out balancing figure. It comes to rupees 18,000. This 18,000 has to be treated as purchases of investment during the year and recorded as to bank account purchases balancing figure. This 18,000 is treated as outflow of cash on investment activity, and that 88,500 sale value will be treated as inflow of cash on investment activity. Next one is fixed assets account. Opening balance, to balance brought down rupees 5 lakhs. Again in the problem, fixed assets worth rupees 40,000 were sold for 48,000 is given. Therefore, record that sale value by bank account sale rupees 48,000. And 40,000 worth of fixed assets were sold for 48,000. 8,000 difference has to be treated as profit and transferred to profit and loss account. To profit and loss account, 8,000. Record the closing balance. It amounts. It is given as 4,20,000. No other information is given. Let us balance this account. Debit side is more, 5,08,000. Take it on to credit side, 5,08,000. Balance the amount on credit side. Balancing figure is rupees 40,000. As sales figures are also already given, we should assume this 40,000 difference as depreciation provided during the year on fixed assets and transferred to profit and loss account. By profit and loss account, depreciation, balancing figure 40,000. Okay. Next account is provision for tax account. It is a liability, therefore opening balance will be on credit side. By balance brought down rupees 35,000. In the problem, it is given provision for tax made during the year, rupees 49,000 is given. So it will be added to old provision. So therefore, recorded on credit side of the account. So by balance brought down 35,000. By profit and loss account, new provision made during the year, 49,000. These have to be added. Then record the closing balance as given in the problem, rupees 40,000. Balance the account. Credit side is total is more. It amounts to 84,000. Take it on to debit side, 84,000. Balance the amount on debit side. It comes to 44,000. This 44,000 has to be treated as tax paid during the year by recording to bank account paid balancing figure. Okay. Pause it if you have not taken down. Pause the video and write down. Move on to prepare a cash flow statement. Draw the columns. Cash flow from operating activities. Record the closing balance of profit and loss account and opening balance of profit and loss account. Observe the figures. There is increase in profit and loss account balances worth rupees 61,000. Positive increase. Therefore, take it as net profit for the year. Then adjust for non-cash expenses and non-cash incomes. Transfer to general reserve is given in the problem. It is increasing by rupees 60,000. Therefore, it has to be added back. Next one is depreciation on fixed assets, rupees 40,000. It is found out in fixed assets account as balancing figure. Provision for tax is given in the problem itself, 49,000. Then dividend paid is also given in the problem in additional information, 48,000. Next, profit on sale of investments have to be deducted as non-cash incomes, 500 rupees, as well as profit on sale of fixed assets, 8,000. Adding and subtracting these items, we get 2,49,500 as operating profit before working capital changes. Now adjust for increase and decrease in current assets and current liabilities. First, add items. Decrease in stock worth rupees 30,000. Increase in bills payable rupees 50,000 are added. Next, less items. Increase in sundry debtors rupees 1,45,000 minus figure. Decrease in creditors rupees 83,000 again minus figure. So adding and subtracting the items as they are, we get 1,10,000 as balancing figure. It is cash flow from operating activities. From this, deduct tax paid. This item is available in provision for tax account, 44,000. So then deducting 44,000 from 1,10,000, we get 57,500 as net cash flow from operating activities. Continuing the cash flow from investing activities, sale of investments are there worth rupees 8,500. It also includes 500 rupees profit on sale of investments. Therefore, there is no need to separately mention profit on sale of investments. Next is sale of fixed assets. Similar treatment, 48,000. 8,000 need not be mentioned as profit on sale of investments. Then purchase of investments are there in the investment account, rupees 18,000 balancing figure. So adding these three items, we get 38,500 as net cash flow from investing activities. Next is cash flow from financing activities. Issue of shares are there. It is increasing by rupees 1 lakh. Therefore, treated as inflow of cash out of financing activity. Payment of dividend is given in the problem worth rupees 48,000. It results in outflow of cash 48,000. Adding and that is subtracting 48,000 from 1 lakh, we get 52,000 as net cash flow from financing activities. Summing up the three cash flows, we get 1,48,000 increase in cash and cash equivalents. To this, add opening balance of cash and cash equivalents rupees 49,000 to get 1,97,000 as closing balance of cash and cash equivalents. You can compare this with cash and cash equivalents balance given in the balance sheet of the problem. Okay, this is the solution. If you are writing down, you pause the video and write down. Problem number 10. Again, you observe it or take down in your notebook. Let us analyze it. Okay, you can take down it by pausing the video, or you can observe it. I will analyze and explain the treatment of these things. Share capital rupees 2 lakh and 2,60,000. It cannot be treated as inflow of cash, because point additional information B says the assets of another company were purchased for rupees 60,000 payable in fully paid shares of the company. That is, rupees 60,000 worth of shares were issued to another company to purchase some assets of that company. The assets included stock rupees 21,640 and machinery rupees 18,360. Observe here, 20,640 and 18,360 will make 40,000 rupees, but the company has paid to another company 60,000 worth of shares, issued 60,000 worth of shares. That 20,000 balancing figure has to be treated as goodwill. Observe goodwill balance on asset side, it is nil and 20,000. That 20,000 is because of this transaction, point B transaction. 60,000 worth of shares were issued to another company and only 40,000 worth of assets were purchased from that company. 20,000 is paid in excess to that company. That capital loss is treated as goodwill. So then reserves balance is given on liability side. 10,000 is increasing. That has to be adjusted while computing cash flow from operating activities. Profit and loss account is increasing. It results in a profit for the year. Sundry creditors are decreasing. Bills payable decreasing. Bank overdraft, it is the special item not discussed earlier. Bank overdraft has to be treated as cash and cash equivalent minus figure. It is the negative figure of cash and cash equivalent. Then provision for tax is given. Point number C says income tax paid during the year 15,000. Therefore, provision for tax account has to be prepared. Goodwill, it is already discussed. Plant and machinery, we have to prepare a ledger account because machinery of another company worth rupees 18,360 has been purchased by issue of shares, and in addition, in the point number B itself, in addition, sundry purchases of plant and machinery were made totaling 5,650 is given. Therefore, it is necessary to prepare plant and machinery account to know the hidden items. Land and buildings are given 1,48,500 and 1,44,250. It is decreasing. Decreasing means need not be sales. It may be depreciation also. That will be found out by preparing that account. Stock is decreasing, but we cannot say it is decreasing because we have to consider that 21,640 stock purchased from another company by issuing shares. So let us see what happens while finding out the cash flow from operating activities. Bills receivables are increasing, debtors are decreasing. Cash in hand is positive figure on opening date, that is 31st March 2019, it was 2,500, but at the end, 31st March 2020, it is showing nil balance. But it is showing a negative balance, bank overdraft 15,000. Let us solve it. Let us prepare a cash flow statement for this problem. Okay. Solution. First, prepare share capital account to show what happens to share capital account as per additional information given in B, point B. Okay, buy balance brought down as share capital is a liability. Opening balance will be on credit side. Rupees 2 lakhs is the opening balance. By another company account, 60,000 were issued. 60,000 worth of shares were issued to another company to purchase stock rupees 21,640, machinery 18,640. So it amounts to only 40,000. Remaining balance 20,000 has to be treated as goodwill. So other information about share capital is not there. Therefore, close the account. 2,60,000 is the credit side balance. Then balance it on the debit side. To balance carried down 2,60,000. The account is closed. No other balancing figure is available here. Only goodwill amount has to be recorded. Next one is plant and machinery account. Asset account, 2 balance brought down is the opening balance. 1,02,950 given in the problem. Then by issuing share capital to another company, the company has purchased machinery worth rupees 18,360. That has to be added to plant and machinery account. Additionally, sundry purchase of rupees 5,650 worth machineries, plant and machineries were made during the year. So record it as 2 bank account, sundry purchases 5,650. Record the closing balance of plant and machinery account 1,16,200 and balance the account. So debit side is more. So 1,26,960 is the total on the debit side. Take it on to credit side. Balance on credit side, it amounts to 10,760. No depreciation is given in the problem. It cannot be taken as sales. Therefore, take it as depreciation, balancing figure, and transfer it to profit and loss account. You cannot take it as sales because depreciation has not been charged during the year on plant and machinery. So it is natural that the balancing figure on credit side will be treated as depreciation and transferred to debited to profit and loss account. Okay. Next, prepare land and buildings account. To balance brought down 1,48,500. Record closing balance as there are no other information given. 1,44,250. Balance the account. 1,48,500 is the highest amount on debit side. Transfer it to credit side total. Then balance the credit side amounts. So we get 4,250 as balancing figure. Treat it as depreciation charged during the year on land and buildings, balancing figure, and debit it to profit and loss account. So by profit and loss account, depreciation, balancing figure 4,250 is the land and buildings account. Next is provision for tax account. It opens on credit side. By balance brought down rupees 40,000. Tax paid information is given in the problem as 15,000. So in the previous problem, tax provision amount was given. We recorded it on credit side and found out what is the amount of tax paid. But in this case, tax paid is given. We have to find out what is the provision made during the year. So recorded the closing balance, to balance carried down 25,000. It amounts to total of debit side amounts to 40,000. Transfer it to credit side. So there is no balance on credit side because opening balance was rupees 40,000, out of which 15,000 tax were paid during the year. Balancing figure is 25,000. It tallies. So no new provision for tax was made during the year. Next, prepare cash flow statement. Cash flow from operating activities, record the profit and loss account, opening balances and closing balances. Closing balance is 41,220. Opening balance rupees 39,690. It is showing increasing trend. Therefore, difference 1,530 is profit for the year. Then add or deduct non-cash items. Non-cash expenses will be added. Transfer to general reserve 10,000 is given in the problem. Then depreciation on plant and machinery 10,760. We found out this item by preparing plant and machinery account. Then depreciation on land and buildings rupees 4,250 again computed by preparing land and buildings account. Then interim dividend paid is given in the problem. Rupees 20,000 has to be added back. That will be considered as outflow while determining cash flow from financing activities. Therefore, it is added back over here. Then adding these items, we get 46,540 as operating profits before working capital changes. Next, adjust the increase and decrease in current assets and current liabilities. There is decrease in stock. How it is computed? 1,11,040 is the opening balance. To that, 21,640 has been added by purchasing from another company by issuing shares to another company. Therefore, opening balance or the balance should be 1,11,040 plus 21,640. But closing balance is showing 97,370. Therefore, it results in decrease in stock worth rupees 35,310. Decrease in stock means inflow of cash, it should be added over here. Next is decrease in debtors, rupees 12,550. Next, less items, increase in bills receivables, rupees 1,120 minus figure. Decrease in creditors, rupees 28,365 negative item. Decrease in bills payable, current liability it is. If current liability decreases, cash flows out. Therefore, minus figure 12,255. Adding and subtracting these items, we get cash flow from operating activities 52,660 positive figure. From this, deduct tax paid. Tax paid is given in the problem. Therefore, 15,000 has to be deducted to get 37,660 as net cash flow from operating activities. So continue to find out cash flow from investing activities and finance. Cash flow from investing activities, sundry purchase of plant and machinery rupees 5,650 results in outflow of cash. Purchase of machinery out of issue of shares from another company does not result in investing activity because there is no cash outflow. Shares were issued for purchase of fixed asset. Therefore, there is no flow of cash. Therefore, it is not considered here. Only one item under investing activities. Therefore, net cash flow from investing activities amounts to 5,650 minus figure, that is outflow. Next is cash flow from financing activities. Here payment of interim dividend rupees 20,000 is considered, only one item. Issue of shares to another company will not find place here because that has been issued to purchase assets of another company. Current assets purchased out of issue of shares, that is stock purchased out of issue of shares, have already been considered under working capital changes. Therefore, we need not mention it again here. So 20,000 is the net cash flow from financing activities. Adding all the three cash flows, we get 12,010 as positive figure. Net increase in cash and cash equivalents. So add cash and cash equivalents opening balance, that is cash in hand minus bank overdraft. Cash in hand is rupees 2,500 and on the liability side bank overdraft opening balance is rupees 29,510. Therefore, balancing the two items we get minus 27,010 rupees. So that has to be adjusted or that has to be added to net increase in cash and cash equivalents 12,010 rupees to get closing cash and cash equivalents rupees 15,000. This is the closing balance of B bank overdraft. That is cash balance is nil, closing cash balance is nil, but on the liability side bank overdraft rupees 15,000 is given. Therefore, 15,000 is the closing balance, negative balance of cash and cash equivalents at the end. Problem number 11. Please take down or observe the problem. Pause the video and observe it so that you will understand what are all the things which have been given extra compared to previous problems. So VPG Limited balance sheet is given on 31st March 2019 and 20. From this, using indirect method, we have to prepare cash flow statement. Okay, let us analyze the problem. Equity share capital rupees 5 lakhs and 7 lakhs. General reserve rupees 2,40,000 and 3,10,000. So share capital is increasing, general reserve is increasing, profit and loss account is also increasing, long term loans decreasing, sundry creditors decreasing, bills payable increasing, provision for tax we have to prepare account because provision for tax under point number 3 is given 99,000 was made. Goodwill account is decreasing, buildings increasing, and there may be one adjustment in point number 2. Plant is given, so depreciation has been charged, information is given. Investment in shares of other companies 4 lakh to 3,20,000 is decreasing. Then stock amount is decreasing, sundry debtors increasing, cash at bank decreasing. So let us try to solve this problem. 20% depreciation was charged on opening balance of plant. New building at the cost of 2,40,000 was added during the year. Provision for tax already stated. 36,000 interest was paid on long-term loans is given, extra item. 32,000 dividends were received on investments in shares. So it is amount received on investment activity. So treat provision for tax as non-current liability. It is straightly given in the problem, we should treat provision for tax as non-current liability. Okay. Solution: plant account has to be prepared. Opening balance rupees 6,20,000. Depreciation has to be charged at 20% on opening balance is given. Therefore, 20% of 6,20,000 amounts to 1,24,000. It has to be charged to profit and loss account. Next is closing balance 7,40,000. So it amounts to 8,64,000 on credit side. Balancing it on debit side, we get 2,44,000 as purchases during the year, balancing figure. Therefore, it should be credited to bank account. Plant account debtor to bank account. Okay. Next, buildings account, opening balance 4 lakhs. Then addition is given in the problem. Bank account addition rupees 2,40,000. Record the closing balance 5,60,000. So that balance, by balancing account on both sides, we get 80,000 as difference on credit side. That should be treated as depreciation charge during the year and transferred to profit and loss account. Next is provision for tax account. By balance brought down 88,000. Problem says new provision worth rupees 99,000 was made during the year. That has to be transferred to profit and loss account. Then balancing it, we get 97,000 as balancing figure. That has to be treated as paid, tax paid during the year. So transferred to bank account. To bank account, paid, balancing figure 97,000. Moving on to cash flow statement. Cash from operation activities, similar, profit and loss account closing balance 4,70,000, profit and loss account opening balance 3,66,000. Difference is profit earned during the year 1,04,000. To this, adjust non-cash expenses. Transfer to general reserve is given 70,000. Goodwill written off is given, that is amount is 72,000 and 60,000. Therefore, 12,000 is decreasing in goodwill. That has to be treated as written off during the year through profit and loss account. Therefore, it is non-cash item. Therefore, added back. Then depreciation on plant 1,24,000 computed 20% on opening balance. Then depreciation on building, balancing figure in the buildings account 80,000. Then provision for tax given in the problem 99,000. Interest on long-term loans is also given in the problem 36,000 has to be added. Then interest received on investment in shares of other companies 32,000 has been received. It is non-cash non-operational income. Therefore, it should be deducted from net profit of the year. So balancing these things, we get 4,93,000 as operating profit before working capital changes. Adjust or make adjustments for current assets and current liabilities changes. Add items, decrease in stock rupees 7,000, increase in bills receivables rupees 5,000. Then less items, increase in sundry debtors rupees 14,200 minus figure, decrease in sundry creditors rupees 38,000 minus figure. The balance will be 4,52,800. This is called as cash flow from operating activities. Deduct tax paid 97,000. This item is available in provision for tax account 97,000. After deducting 97,000, we get 3,55,800 as net cash flow from operating activities. Continue. Cash flow from investing activities. Purchase of plant is there 2,44,000. Purchase of building, it is given in the problem directly 2,40,000. Negative figures both. Sale of investments are there 80,000. So dividends were received on investments in shares of other companies worth rupees 32,000. Balancing these four items, we get 3,72,000 minus figure as cash flow from investing activities. Next is cash flow from financing activities. Shares were issued during the year worth rupees 2 lakhs. Positive figure. Then long-term loans are decreasing. It should be taken as repayment of long-term loans worth rupees 1,50,000. Negative figure. Then interest on long-term loans or paid is given in the problem 36,000. That has to be taken as outflow of cash on financing activity. Adding and subtracting these items, we get 14,000 as a net cash flow from financing activities. Adding all the three cash flows, we get minus figure 2,200 as net decrease in cash and cash equivalents. Then adding up opening balance of cash and cash equivalents 16,000 to minus figure 2,200, we get 13,800 as closing balance of cash and cash equivalents. Okay, pause it and write down if you are writing the notes. Problem number 12, this is based on the new format, vertical format of balance sheet as per Companies Act of 2013. So equity share capital, reserves and surplus, statement of P&L is given instead of profit and loss account. Long-term borrowings and all the things have been classified under some headings: current liabilities, non-current liabilities, shareholders funds, non-current assets. Tangible assets are details are given in the note number 1. That note number will be given in the next slide. Intangible assets, it consists of goodwill, then current investments, inventories, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalents separately are given. So let us solve this problem also. Tangible assets, note number 1, machinery. Tangible assets consists of machinery 2 lakh and 2,54,000, out of which accumulated depreciation 30,000 and 40,000 have been deducted to get the net balance 1,70,000 and 2,14,000. Additional information is also given. During the year, a piece of machinery costing rupees 4,800, on which accumulated depreciation was 3,200, was sold for rupees 1,200. Observe, 4,800 cost, 3,200 has been charged as depreciation. That means 1,600 worth of machinery was sold for 1,200, resulting in 4,400 rupees loss. First, prepare machinery account. To balance brought down at cost price rupees 2 lakhs. Then charge depreciation on sold machinery rupees 3,200. Record for sale of sold machinery rupees 1,200 by cash account, sale 1,200. By statement of P&L, loss on sale 400 rupees. So 4,800 rupees worth of machinery was depreciated by rupees 3,200, was sold for 1,200. Therefore 1,600 worth of machinery sold for 1,200, it leads to 400 rupees loss. As a new format, we should debit the loss to statement of P&L and not P&L account. Okay, accumulated depreciation account is separately maintained for machinery. Therefore, depreciation charged on machinery will be transferred to accumulated depreciation account instead of statement of P&L, as we are doing in the previous problems. Record the closing balance at cost price 2,54,000. Then balance the account 2,58,800 is the credit balance. Total balance that has to be transferred to debit side. 2,58,800 compared with 2 lakhs leads to 58,800 debit balance, debit side balance. So it should be treated as purchases and recorded as to cash account purchases balancing figure. Next is accumulated depreciation on machinery account. So it will be opened on credit side by balance brought down 30,000 rupees. Then machinery account, that is depreciation on machinery sold, has to be written off from a depreciation account, that is 3,000 rupees. Then balance carried down 40,000, balancing figure rupees 13,200 has to be debited to statement of P&L as balancing figure, that is accumulated depreciation charged to profit and loss is on machinery account is rupees 13,200. So prepare cash flow statement. Cash from operating activities, net profit for the year, take the difference 60,000 minus 40,000 leads to increase in profit 20,000. Adjustment for non-cash and non-operating expenses, depreciation on machinery should be added back, loss on sale of machinery should be added back, then goodwill written off should be added back. So amount will be 48,000. Adding the things, we get 48,000 as operating profit before working capital changes. Adjustment for working capital changes, less decrease in trade payables rupees 5,000, then decrease in short-term provisions rupees 5,400, increase in inventories rupees 1,600, Increase in trade receivables, rupees 5,400 have to be recorded as negative figures. There are no adding items here. So amount will be 30,600. No tax information is given. Therefore, it should be taken as net cash flow from operating activities. Continuing the solution, cash flow from investing activities, purchase of machinery worth rupees 58,800 is there. Record it as outflow. Sale of machinery rupees 1,200. Then totaling up these two items, we get 57,600 as net cash flow from investing activities. Next is financing activities. Issue of shares is there worth rupees 20,000. Long-term loans were borrowed 14,000. Then totaling them up, we get 34,000 net cash flow from financing activities. Adding all the three cash flows, we get 7,000 as net increase in cash and cash equivalents. Add opening balance of cash and cash equivalents, 1,05,000, we get closing balance 1,12,000. Problem number 13. This is a balance sheet of a sole trader, Mr. Kumar. It is observed it is not related to a company. We can also solve this type of problems by using accounting standard 3 indirect method. Capital account is given. Here observe it is not share capital, it is only a capital account. Profit and loss account is not given, but it is given outside the balance sheet as additional information. Profit for the year 1,50,000. So that 1,50,000 has to be added to capital account, and if capital account shows negative balance, that negative balance has to be treated as drawings. Long-term loan is decreasing, bills payable is decreasing, creditors increasing, land and buildings increasing, machinery, there are some adjustments regarding this, and it is also showing in decreasing, stock is increasing, debtors decreasing, cash balance is 20,000 and 25,000 respectively. We have to reconcile that 5,000, the reasons for that 5,000 change in cash balance by preparing cash flow statement. During the year, a machinery costing 50,000, accumulated depreciation on that machinery rupees 20,000 was sold for rupees 26,000. That means 30,000 return on value machinery was sold for 26,000. It leads to 4,000 rupees loss on that sale. Then the provision for depreciation against machinery as on 31st 3/19 was rupees 1 lakh, and as on 31st 3/2020 rupees 1,70,000. Please observe, provision for depreciation against an asset is given outside the balance sheet. That has to be added back to find out hidden items, and the asset has to be recorded at cost price. Prepare a cash flow statement for this problem. First, prepare machinery account. Take opening balance. Observe here, depreciation provision is given outside the problem. Therefore, the depreciation provision has to be added back to return on value given in the balance sheet to find out cost price of machineries, opening balance and closing balance respectively. So, opening balance of machinery given in the problem is 3 lakhs, and opening balance of depreciation provision is given as 1 lakh. We have to add them up to find out opening cost price of machinery 4 lakh rupees. Then during the year, 50,000 worth of machinery costing 50,000 machinery was sold for rupees 26,000, on which depreciation was charged at rupees 20,000. Therefore, it results in loss on sale rupees 4,000. These have to be recorded in machinery account. Sales have to be recorded as by cash 26,000. Accumulated depreciation is separately maintained. Therefore, instead of transferring depreciation charged on sold machinery to profit and loss account, it should be charged to accumulated depreciation account itself. Therefore, accumulated depreciation 20,000. Then loss on sale of that machinery amounts to rupees 4,000. That has to be debited to profit and loss account as loss on sale. Record the closing balance again at cost price. Closing balance of machinery return on value is given as 2,40,000, and depreciation account closing balance is given as 1,70,000. Adding them up, we get cost price of machinery at the end 4,10,000. balance the account. 4,60,000 on credit side is the highest amount. Then transfer it on to debit side. Find the balance. It is 60,000. That 60,000 is to be treated as purchases made during the year. So the transaction has to be entered as to cash account purchases balancing figure. Next is accumulated depreciation on machinery account. By balance brought down 1 lakh rupees. Then machinery sold account. On machinery sold 20,000 depreciation has to be written off. So 20,000 has to be debited to accumulated depreciation account on machinery account sold. So closing balance 1,70,000. So balance the account 1,90,000, transfer it on to credit side. Balancing figure is 90,000. That amount 90,000 has to be transferred to profit and loss account as provision made during for depreciation during the current year. So that is the accumulated depreciation account. Next, capital account. By balance brought down. As I told you, it is not share capital. It is capital of an individual person. So by balance brought down 3 lakhs. To that, for the profit for the year has to be added to that capital. By profit 1,50,000. Closing balance has to be recorded 4,10,000 as no other information is given. Therefore, balancing the account, capital account, we get balancing figure 40,000. That 40,000 has to be treated as debit balance is given. That 40,000 has to be treated as drawings, stating to cash account drawings balancing figure. Okay. Prepare cash flow statement now. Cash flow from operating activities. Net profit as given in the problem directly 1,50,000. To this adjust for non-cash and non-operating expenses. Depreciation provision on machinery rupees 90,000 has to be added back. Loss on sale of machinery rupees 4,000 has to be added back to get operating profit before working capital changes as rupees 2,44,000. Adjust for changes in current assets and current liabilities. Decrease in debtors is there, add that item 5,000. Increase in creditors are there, add 35,000. Then less items, increase in stock rupees 15,000 minus figure. Then decrease in bills payable minus figure 10,000. So totaling up these items, we get 2,59,000 as net cash flow from operating activities. As tax information is not there, we can take this item as net cash flow from operating expenses, operating activities. Continuing, cash flow from investing activities. Sale of machinery is there, 26,000. Then purchase of machinery is also there, 60,000 minus figure. Then purchase of land and buildings worth rupees 80,000. Difference between opening balance and closing balance of land and building increasing. Therefore, it has been assumed that 80,000 worth of land and building were purchased during the year. So summing up these three items, we get 1,14,000 as net cash flow from investing activities. Next, financing activities. Drawings amount is there. It is found out by preparing capital account worth rupees 40,000. Then long-term loan is decreasing, so it is assumed as repaid 1 lakh worth rupees. So 1,40,000 is outflow on financing activities. It results in net increase in cash and cash equivalents. Add opening balance of cash and cash equivalents rupees 20,000 to get 25,000 closing cash and cash equivalents balance. So we have worked out some problems, some important type of problems on cash flow, preparation of cash flow statement. Now it is turn of you to try on your own to solve some problems on preparing a cash flow statement. These are some problems. Pause the video, record and write down in your notebook and try to solve. Hints are given. Cash flow from operating activities rupees 2,000. Cash flow from investing activities is minus 600. Cash flow from financing activities rupees 3,000 for this problem. Try this out by pausing the video. Next is another problem to calculate cash from operating activities using indirect method. Then a problem on new type of balance sheet is given here with notes to accounts 1, 2, 3. Pause it and write down and try to solve it. Notes to accounts are also given. Various three types of notes are given on share capital, reserves and surplus and long-term borrowings, and additional information is also given. Try this. So hints, observe dates and then try to solve. Dates are reversed here, so you have to consider them on reverse order. So answers are given. Cash flow from operating activities 40,000, cash flow from investing activities minus 5,60,000, cash flow from financing activities 5,40,000. So try this. So we came to the end of the video session. We tried to understand something about cash flow statement and how to prepare cash flow statements. Some problems were discussed, and because of technical and other reasons, we could not present all the problems here. Please refer good books and work out problems and practice them on your own, and refer to question papers and try to solve them, though you will get confidence of preparing cash flow statement. So thank you for watching this video. Signing out, Rajesh S. Rajgatta.